Hello guys and girls, welcome back to the Racing Line for a brand new circuit guide here on the channel. You guys have asked and you shall receive. That's right, it's touring car time. It's week 1, season 1, 2022 in the D-Class Fixed Touring Car Challenge with me driving the Hyundai Elantra NTC car. This week we are at Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps, the GP pits layout, and the date and time is set to the 1st of March 2022 at 1:35 in the afternoon to match the official race time sent out on the season 1 PDF. All circuit guides are run with the sprint setup, same format as before, breakdown lap followed by a full speed uninterrupted lap followed by an off-board lap, and as usual this of course is filmed before the week has begun, so it's difficult to compare lap times, but let's see if we can help you guys find some time. So here we go then, coming down the main straight, starting off on the right hand side as we exit the bus stop chicane. We gradually drift over to the left hand side, looking to spot our first braking zone for the right hand hairpin of turn 1, and it's easy, the 100-metre board. Don't brake before it though, brake as you pass it. It's going to go out of view, hard on the brakes, down into first gear, turning in nice and sharp, using the wall as an apex and not the curve on the ground, and then using all the track on the exit, making sure you keep 2 wheels on the red and white stuff as we go down the hill. Flat out now. It's flat out for a nice little period of time. You can take a big breather. I mean, we've got Eau Rouge coming up, which we slowly drift over to the left, use all the curve on the left hand side, flat out in 5th gear all the way through Eau Rouge, use a little bit of curve at the top of the hill as well. Don't cut that too much, as I imagine you get a hefty slowdown, although I didn't test that out in this session. We're going to change gear in the Hyundai at 133 miles an hour just as the rev range goes orange, and then as we head to 6th gear, we're going to stick to the left hand side as we enter the fast right left. Coming up, the braking zone is as the curb starts on the left hand side. It's going to be hard on the brakes from 6th down into 3rd gear. We're going to coast in towards the first apex, start accelerating through, quick lift off as we hit the 2nd apex, accelerate again, get to the left hand side of the circuit, quick lift off, not fully, about half lift, because it's a long wheelbase, it's easier to carry the speed through that right hander, use all the track on the exit as we go downhill to the next braking zone. Just as the curb starts on the left hand side, we're going to get hard on the brakes from 4th down into 2nd gear, holding it tight to the right hand side curve as we coast round and feather the throttle all the way round until we hit that midpoint and start accelerating out. Get over to the right hand side, a quick stab of the brakes to get that nose in 3rd gear, and accelerate from the apex point using all the track on the exit, keeping 2 wheels on the circuit. Next braking zone is a tricky one to spot. It's the orange Marshall door on the right hand side. Just as you pass that, we're going to go hard on the brakes from 5th to 4th. Just initially, a quick stab, trail brake in. As soon as you hit this first apex, you can accelerate out in 4th gear all the way around this corner. You can see I was feathering all the way around, trying to hold it tight to the left, using all the track on the exit. Don't go over that curve, it's a big old bump. The next braking zone again is using the curve on the left hand side. Hard on the brakes from 5th down into 3rd gear. Very similar to the right left at the top of the long straight. We're going to use a bit more curve on the right hand side this time as we start accelerating through. Quick lift off towards this 2nd apex and then start accelerating again using all the track on the exit, keeping 2 wheels on the red and white stuff. Next braking zone just before the grey curb turns into the red and white curb. We're going to stab the brakes from 4th into 3rd gear again, get it coasted in towards the apex and start accelerating as early as you can using all the track on the exit, keeping 2 wheels on the red and white curve. Flat out through here in 4th gear. You can see I just had a little confidence lift in the telemetry there. I don't know why I keep doing that. I just get scared of 1x in those laps at that corner. It's very easily done to understeer and go across the white line and 1x the lap, so be careful of that as you're driving around. Flat out through here as we go up into 6th gear at 133 miles an hour. Flat out through here, try and put a shallow steering angle to try and keep that speed up. You don't want to scrub any speed off by yanking the steering wheel to the left. This next braking zone is a tricky one. I use the dirt on the road. You can see just as it starts getting a little bit patchy, hard on the brakes from 6th down into 1st gear as we trail brake in towards the first apex, start accelerating out, quick lift off towards the 2nd apex, don't brake for the 2nd one, and then get on that power nice and early as soon as your car's in a straight line. It's front wheel drive, remember, so it's important to have your car as straight as it can be to get the maximum traction on the exit and across the line for a 2:34.6. Flat out now, uninterrupted, 100-metre board, down into 1st gear, get it turned in, hit that first apex, which is the wall, don't literally hit the wall, and then get on the power nice and early as you can. Try not to run too wide, you will get a 1x. Flat out now, get it tight to the wall on the right hand side as the track comes this way, and then slowly drift over to the left as you head down towards the hill. Cut the curve on the left, flat out in 5th gear, all the way through Eau Rouge, over to the right hand side, over to the left again, over the curve. Nice and easy in this car. Watch that speedo, 133 miles an hour. The green light will go orange there, and then you can change up into 6th gear at 215 kilometers an hour if you use that system. Curve on the left is what we're looking for now. Hard on the brakes from 6th down into 3rd gear. Get it turned in towards the apex, accelerate through. Quick lift off again, hit the apex, accelerate through, get to the left hand side. Quick half lift off, hit the apex and accelerate through a little bit earlier than the apex this time, using all the track on the exit. You can use loads of that curve. Going downhill now, the curve on the left starts. Go down into second gear, try and hold it tight to the right hand side curve as you feather the throttle all the way around, and from the midpoint accelerate out, get over to the right hand side. As soon as you touch the curve on the right, stab the brakes, get it turned in towards the apex and accelerate through again in third gear. Keep it on the right hand side as we go down this hill. We're looking for the orange marshal door on the right hand side. There it is, hard on the brakes from fifth down to fourth, hit this first apex and now start accelerating through, feathering the throttle if you need to make sure you don't understeer off the circuit through this corner. You can use all the track here, try not to go over that curve, back over to the left now, looking for the curve to start on the left hand side, hard on the brakes down to third gear, get it turned in, get two wheels on the curve on the right hand side. It really opens up this next left, quick lift off, hit the apex and accelerate through using all the track on the exit, keeping two wheels on the red and white. Over to the left when the curve changes colour, stab the brakes down to third, in towards the apex, start accelerating through again, keeping two wheels on the red and white stuff, flat out through here in fourth gear, being careful not to understeer too wide. There, you can get two wheels over the curb, but you really want to keep your right wheels on the circuit there to save yourself from getting a 1x and invalidating your lap time in qualifying or something, as it can be extremely frustrating. Flat out through here, reach 133 miles an hour, sixth gear before we reach this flat out left-hander. Easily done, even on the outlap in the Hyundai, I think. And then back over to the left hand side, looking for the dirt on the road, past the 150 meter board. There it is, hard on the brakes, sixth down to first gear, keeping it on the left as long as you can. Turn in towards the first apex, accelerate, quick lift off, hit the second apex and accelerate nice and early, getting that car nice and straight up through the gears, being careful not to bounce off the rev limiter and across the line for a 2:34.6. That, as usual, is pretty much it from me. I hope you like this video. I hope it helps out. Don't forget to keep those likes and comments coming in. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. It's a big ask, but for some reason I set a little personal challenge of hitting 4,000 subscribers before Christmas. We hit 1,000 subscribers last year at Christmas. Can it be done? It's about 200 in 2 weeks. That's over to you guys. Of course, it means a lot when you comment and like the videos anyway, and I thank you for the support thus far. And if I don't see you on track this week, then I'll see you next week for the next video here on the Racing Line. Peace!